What is going on, guys? Oh, you'll have to excuse my voice. I still have a cough from a couple weeks ago that's kind of still getting me. So if I cough, I apologize. Welcome to Happy Hour Live. I'm Dave. I had to wear pants. Look where I'm at. I had to wear pants, unfortunately. I am at Fort Myers Beach Encore in Fort Myers, Florida. And been here for a couple days, and all I've been doing is working. I have not had a chance to get out and go and check out the town yet. I'm still hoping I'm going to get to do that. We got a few things coming up tonight. An update on the broken base plate from Curt. I wasn't mentioning the manufacturer last time because I was hoping that they would pull it out and I'd have good things to say about them. I have nothing good to say about them. They are on the naughty list with me. They are, yeah. I'll give you an update on that. I'll give you an update on a new product that I'm going to be, I'm going to have to do a review on it because it's really going to save my bacon here on future maintenance. And the weather was a concern this week. So it's been a busy week. So I've only been here at the beach for a couple days, but getting here, I got here a couple days later than I planned because it was it was raining like cats and dogs, and I was at Peace River in the lower section, and the lower section is notorious for getting pretty soupy when it rains hard. And yeah, definitely extended my stay there by a couple of days just to give it a chance to dry out a little bit, and it did. I got here just fine. So also have a Starlink update, and yeah, I'm coming ever closer to pulling the trigger. Dawn asked, did Dave get Starlink? No, not yet, but some new products, new things coming out for the RV world. And nice hat, Tom says it. Look at this. I'm Dave. I'm doing Dave things. I have to thank Gary and Carol for that hat. Yeah, I like that hat. That's a good hat. So let's real quick say hi to everybody, and then let's see if we can catch everybody up. So first in the house right there. Let's go ahead and throw that up there. There's Cowboy Biker Adventures. Dog Sassy Pants for you. That's Miss Jen right there. Glad to have you there. There's Miss Pearl. I'm sure Bob is around there. And I have to apologize. I think I missed your birthday, Bob, and I did have that. So I happy belated birthday to you, Bob. And yeah, I turned in 35. That's a big number right there. So I see Miss Bonnie was in the house. Glad to have you here. And Tom and Lori are in the house. Glad to have you guys here. It has been nice and hot down there. They said nice hat, not nice hot. So, yeah, they've been, you guys have been getting the good weather down there in Yuma. So, glad for that. So, oh my gosh. And guys, if I haven't commented on your videos, there's something going on with YouTube right now, and I try to as I might. For some reason on my laptop, I can't comment on videos. It doesn't even give me the option to comment. But if I go to my mobile and pull it up there, I can comment there. Don't understand what's up with that. I don't know why. So if somebody is in the know and knows what I'm doing wrong there, that would be great. Life with Lenny is in the house. Glad to see you guys here. I don't know if you're still hanging around there with Oh my gosh. Why am I having, I've got my happy hour. I'm just going to go with that. So the WCRV Adventures, Wayne and Carrie. My mind is not there tonight. So say hi to them if they happen to be around. Oh my gosh. New function on StreamYard is I went to sign on here and it says that you can present pictures now. People have been asking, and if you haven't used StreamYard before, for some reason I can present videos, but I couldn't present pictures. And let me just see if I can go to, if I can find a picture. And I can, there's one right there. Let's see, this was back a ways. Can I put that up there? I'm playing around with it. There you go. Okay. So we can actually add pictures and show you guys pictures. That is new, and I wasn't expecting that. So no time to go and get pictures, but I could talk about something, and I had the pictures on my phone, but I couldn't show you. So good to know. Good to know. So let's see if we can real quick. Everyone is scattered. We are on our own at Vero Beach. How is that park? I'm curious because I'm going to be spending 2 weeks there after Fiesta Key. When I come up from the Keys, that's where I'm headed next, guys. And there's a VA center there, a VA hospital, I believe, somewhere close by. I figured, well, I could go and get my oil changed. And but I knew that Vero Beach was one that was recommended by some folks, and I don't want to say who, but Lenny knows who they are. Yeah, curious how that is. Yeah. Well, let's see. Oh no, we're gonna remove that. How do we get the picture out there? Remove. There we go. I do have a video for you. Let me go ahead and just a partial one here, but kind of give you an update on the base plate. It says everything that I can't say here all in one. What is going on, guys? This is Peace River here. A little muddy. A little muddy. I'm in the lower area, and this area is known for being pretty soft when it's raining, and it has rained for the last couple days on and off. It is coming down. Got a lot of it. I was actually supposed to leave today, and there was a guy over here, had his fifth wheel sunk all the way down. A lot of people pulled out along here, and even somebody pulled off from over here. They've got a cone in front of that puddle right there, and you can see the tracks from another motorhome trying to get out. Yeah, kind of this lower area at Peace River does get to be a bit challenging when there's a lot of rain, but I opted to stay a couple more days, let things dry out before I try to pull out of here. And hopefully it's supposed to be 80 tomorrow, so it's going to do that. But I might as well go after the another project on the truck, and I'll show you what that is right here. And I think you can see it right there. That is my tow hitch, a base plate. That is a Curt Manufacturing base plate that I have had for about 1.5 years. And it definitely broke. So I got on the phone with Curt, and to see if they would be willing to honor their warranty on it, and sent them pictures of it, and they denied the warranty claim on it and said that I had put new hardware on there and that was what caused it to break. Well, the funny thing is that bolt was missing, and I've got the old bolt. The nut fell off of it, and I was just stopped at a Lowe's parking lot, and that's when I went in and bought a new same size bolt, obviously new, and went ahead and put a new bolt in there, snapped a picture of it, sent it off to Curt to see if they would honor their limited lifetime warranty, and got the disappointing news they decided that I broke mount by putting that plate on here. I can tell you what the problem is, and what really pisses me off about this is there's a contour in the frame right here, and it steps down. So trying to bend this base plate is straight and flat, and when you bolt it on, you're basically bolting this side and this side, bending this plate, this upper plate, around the contour right here. I don't know what they changed on it, but I would not buy another Curt product to save my life. And that's really unfortunate that I have to say that, because, you know, when it comes down to manufacturers, they really, you know, they have a responsibility not only of selling their product, building a good product, but also following through on their warranties and their service to the RV community, and they failed that miserably. So Curt is definitely on my list, but to get this fixed now, I really need to weld that up because I don't want to go down the road. I don't have enough time. I only have another day here, and I don't have enough time to order another base plate in. I think it will be safe enough if I can get that cleaned up and welded. So I'm going to go ahead and get the welder out, see if I can get the wire brush out, see if we can get that welded up, and I'll show you that as we go along. Hang on, guys. Well, you guys know, or if you've followed the channel for some time, I've always had an arc welder on the coach, and I find uses for it almost a couple times a year since I've been on the road, and this would be one of those. So let's take a look. I guess we'll do it without the board underneath so you can see how this broke off. And I know I'm not an engineer, but you can look at it and tell this thing had to bend around. Now keep in mind, when it came from the factory, it was straight, and you can see this is about 5/16 steel would be my guess. But if it has to bend like that to try to get around the contours on the frame, and enough pulling on it, it snapped. So I'm going to try to clean these edges up so I can match it up again and see if I can't pull this thing, you know, weld this thing back together again and make it better than it was before anyway. All right, guys, I got to get to cleaning. So that's it for that, for what I've got for you there. If we have enough time, I'll go back and just give you some raw footage of the finished product. It did turn out well, and I actually re-welded it to the bend there. Don was asking, can I put a spacer in the other side? You know, you got to do something with that, because the design that they've got is bound to break. And I was looking at the other side. The other side is absolutely the same way. It is bound to break at some point. There's no getting around it. It is, unfortunately, bad engineering on the part of Curt. And in my opinion, my non-engineering opinion, but I did kind of cover that when I re-welded that. I re-welded it with the contour in it, and gosh darn it, I should have. There it is, right there. I should have bought Blue Ox. I'm just going to throw it out there. Unfortunately, at the time that I was putting all that together, if you remember, I had a new truck and I had to set everything up, and that one just came up at a lower price point than the Blue Ox. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger on the Curt, and that was a mistake. I have absolutely zero doubt in my mind that Blue Ox would have stood behind that warranty, and actually would have been concerned about what was going on there. I could tell from the person that I talked to, Curt, he had no interest in talking to me. It was a very disappointing phone call. He felt that the bolt that I had just put in 10 minutes prior to that photo being taken, he felt that was what broke the plate. And, you know, I don't know what you do with that. It's just, you learn, and I'm passing the information on to you. It is a Lippert company. I found out when I went to call Curt and talk to their people, and I was routed through a Lippert phone routing service, and had to choose the Curt option on the phone. So in Lippert, in the RV community, Lippert does not have a good name as far as warranty. And this was just yet one more thing that you know, my concern is that this base plate is still for sale, although they have updated the design and they're selling a different part number online. The original part number that I got is still for sale online. There's been no warranty recall, nothing like that. So people potentially could end up buying this thing. And I'll tell you what, that design is designed to break. It's going to break, and it's dangerous. And my little voice on here, and the few people that are going to see this video, I hope that they understand what comes with buying from a company like Blue Ox, and what comes from buying from a company like Curt, and trust you will hopefully make your decisions wisely, unlike I did. So, but trust me, it did allow for side stress on the part. Bad engineering. Yeah, that is a straight plate to a bent frame. I'm not sure exactly how they expected that to play out, but yeah, that just bad engineering all the way around. So I guess you live and learn, and I after so many years of zero problems with Blue Ox, I would have to say, definitely look at the Blue Ox, even if it's a little more money, for whatever vehicle you've got. In my case, this was an F-150 Ford pickup. that I needed base plates for, and thankfully I do have a Blue Ox tow bar, and I trust that. I do not trust these this Curt base plates that are mounted to the truck, and I'll just have to keep my eye on them, and potentially I want to unbolt the other side. It has the same thing going on, and I want to fix that, and try to get that fixed before that one breaks. But yeah, scary stuff, guys. You know, it's unfortunate though that I have to put that out there. I really did not want to. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you though, and we're going to just move on over to Starlink. And Starlink has come up with some different deals here, including an $80 residential light package, and a limited 50 gigabyte deal for $50, which is the cheapest that I've heard ever for Starlink at all. You remember put a spacer on the other side as soon as possible. Yeah, no, I know it, Don. Yeah, I've got to do something with that. And the old one that broke, when I re-welded that, I welded that up with a bend in it. You know what? Since we haven't really left the Curt, let me see if I can go ahead and pull up that video, and bear with me, guys, because there we go. I didn't have that one queued, and I just thought, I might look for it a little bit later. But you know what? It's a good time to look it up. And let's just see. Not in there. How about that one right there? At some point, I got a few shots of my welding, and let's see if I got it. Let's see if that's it. If I studied on this one or not. Looks like I didn't. Is that the one? Maybe. Let's see if it's this one. Oh no!
Well, you guys know.
Yeah, I carry a welder with me.
We've followed the channel for some time. I've always had an arc welder on the coach, and I find uses for it almost a couple times a year since I've been on the road, and this would be one of those. So let's take a look. I guess we'll do it without the board underneath so you can see how this broke off.
Let's go ahead and see. There's kind of the finished product. don't know if I talked about it. Hopefully I show the top of it. You can see the curve that I actually welded into it. And that should take up any problems with that gap in behind.
Yeah, no, not all that pretty. I don't really care about pretty. I want to cover and seal that weld up and that exposed metal. So I want to make sure that gets totally covered.
So you kind of get the idea. Yeah, I went ahead and welded that in with the curve to it. That the other, so I did get it bolted up and everything looks great. So I'm not worried about that side anymore. What I'm worried about is the other side that I haven't done anything with. And that one I may need to put a spacer in or something there. So, mind you, the spacer is nothing that they actually called for when installing this and saying anything. They didn't say anything in the installation about putting spacers in. I did notice it, but I went with their instructions as they were written, and it did not say to put spacers in, nor were any spacers provided. So I just went ahead and installed it as they said the instructions I should. So I have a blue, what is that? I have blue ox tow bar, but in place of the base plate, I have connectors that bolt directly to the frame and adjustable cross beads to take the side stress. I'll have to look up the brand. Yeah, that's, that sounds pretty good. I can just see that it would not, in my application, it would not have been a problem to make this work with that frame, with that crook in that frame. But they did not. It was just a straight edge on that base plate, and that's the way they sold it. That's the way that I received it. And I'm not too worried about the cross brace because there's a lot of bracing on that frame. It's a good heavy frame, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, that setup, Curt just kind of, yeah, they failed on that one. So, welding welding is so much fun. I'd never trust anything welded, but I always had fun. Yeah, I've been doing it a lot. I know what you mean. And Letty, I'll tell you what, I can remember learning how to weld, and I wouldn't have much trusted anything that I learned how to weld on. I promise you. But as you do it long enough, you kind of learn. So nice comment, though. I like it. I like it. I have full confidence in this weld. I don't see that as being a problem again. And so much confidence in it that I would dare say it might be best, if I have the time, to pull that other bracket down, cut it, and re-weld it to the crook in the frame. And that has crossed my mind. I may end up doing that. I don't know. So I love the welder. I love having it, and I've been using it for years. I was just noticing that welder is now, I noticed on inspection date, as I was, was kind of sitting there after my weld. 89 is when that welder was built. 89. So it's lasted me a good long time, and I've done a lot of welding with that thing. And boy, I tell you what, if I had to buy another welder, a Lincoln would be another one that I'd pick up in a heartbeat. I've just had really good luck with that thing. And it's been traveling around for me in the coach for the last 8 years. So Too many uses. But all right, let's switch over to Starlink. We're losing our light, and I'm not by the my site here at the park because there's happy hour crowds gathering at different places, the different sites around me, and I didn't want to disturb them or distract them from their happy hour. So I moved out here to the front of the park, and it's been kind of nice. I used to teach welding, but I've not welded anything since the 80s. Yeah. Well, there you go. There you go. I've done very little stick welding, but all of my welding has been wire feed, and I've had really good luck with that. I've just been doing it for a long time. So all right, so let me see if I can throw up that web page here. Hold on one second. Share screen, and let's go over to Starlink. So going to the Starlink's page, they've got their service plans listed. I was originally looking up their residential light plan, and then I saw the roaming side on the right-hand side, roaming at $50 a month for a 50 gigabyte plan. Now that's not much, guys, but considering that I only use about 150 gigabytes per month, and that's watching my Netflix and all that, $50 a month might be something that I would be interested in doing, if simply just to always have a data signal anywhere, and including the lives. So really thinking about that plan. Now, the other one that they brought down is the $80 a month residential light plan. And that one is that they reduced the speed on that, from what I understand. I don't think that there's a data cap, but I think it's still unlimited, but they do reduce the speed, so you don't have the full speeds. I do believe that the residential light, though, it does need to be connected to a home. And they don't have anything really comparable over on the roaming side. So if you can connect your plan to a residence, I don't know how that works, but I am looking at the right-hand side, and that might actually work for me. And I did not know I had it until I started looking into it. I did. Let's see. Can I put this one up there? There we go. This is the T-Mobile, and still kicking around the T-Mobile. Now, you go to their website, and these are some of the options that they offer over here. And technically speaking, if you're traveling, this away plan is probably, either one of these away plans are what you would be looking at to legitimately be on there. Now, I have heard some folks out there getting away with a residential plan while they're out traveling, and that is considerably less. So, but I was looking at, the straight up side of it. So if you can get away with it, it might be worth it. Let's see, where were the plans? The home internet. Now they do have a light plan on their home, I believe. And you can kind of see their plans, 50, 60, 70. I was looking for, there's their home internet backup. That is a limited plan for $20 a month. Might not be bad. 130 gigabytes of data. But again, this is meant for a residential use and not for traveling around like we do. So, yeah, you never know. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Darn it, I switched over it. And I was sitting there talking, and I didn't realize you guys couldn't see what I was looking at. So, yeah, these are the home plans. And where was the, let's see. And there's the home internet backup. Limited plan at 130 gigabytes of data, for typically enough for 7 days of use. $20 a month is not bad, and that would just about cover me completely. But again, that's a residential and not a roaming plan. The roaming plans, I don't see it there. I was just looking at it a minute ago. Oh, there it is right there. Roaming plans for RV. Let's see if we can scroll down here, if I can get down here. About $110 a month for a 200 gigabyte plan. An unlimited plan will run you a whopping $160 a month, and that's with auto pay. So they do give a discount for auto pay. So still on the spendy side. If you're going to spend $160 a month, I'd say for the $5 more, Starlink would definitely be the answer. But there you go. I just figured I'd show you what I kind of ran across. I'm roaming. There you go. 360, right? Yeah, that's limited. Now, guys, my typical usage is about $150 a month. So 50 gigabytes a month would probably give me that little space in between for lives, for those rare instances where I have no internet. So it might be a good catch-all. So, oh, Don's used the one for $40 a month, unlimited. Yeah, and that's, I'm still thinking of kicking that one around, Don. I don't know. No. Just figured, but I thought that Starlink plan, I thought that was an interesting thing. I hadn't heard that said anywhere, and so I guess we will see. I am pouring myself another beverage, and here we go. Don't worry, I only need to drive about 200 yards back, so I should be okay. I should be okay. Yeah, so we will see see what happens. We'll see what happens. So real quick, I wish that I had pictures of it. Well, I can pull it up. So I was talking to my brother. I've got breaks coming up, guys. And I was talking to my brother, and because he has been in the tire business for, I think he's going on 30 years now. And there is, there we go. That's the one right there. We got into a phone conversation, and I've changed brakes before, but I wasn't even thinking about it. He asked, oh boy, we got the sky changing here, guys. Boy, you can't quite see it. No, darn it, no. Getting kind of a pretty sunset out of the deal. Are you planning on spending the summer on the East Coast? I am, Bob. Yeah, I'm. So the goal from here, once I get done and I start heading north in April, I will be heading up to my brother's in New Hampshire. Depending on timing and how long, I'd like to dip my toe into Maine and potentially the Lobster Festival up there. That's the first week in August. And then I will beat feet for Arizona. And I was just sitting there thinking about it last night. I may head down to Texas and go across Texas, because that's going to leave me crossing the Midwest in the tornado season. And I'm not sure I want to do tornado season. So, visible phone. It comes with unlimited everything. Using it as a hotspot, getting mixed results. Yeah, that's the way I've been with my AT&T. I sometimes it's great. Like right now, I'm doing great speed, and other times, not so much. Yeah, my AT&T. Yeah, that is a great price on the visible, and I believe that's the Verizon towers that runs off of. So I've heard good things about that. I have. So anyway, I'm talking to my brother about doing the brakes on the coach, and he said, "You're not going to have any problem with the brakes, but how are you going to get the wheels off?" And I said, I hadn't even thought about it. And I said, I was just thinking probably a breaker bar and I've got a breaker bar and a socket. And he said, not with that. You're not without at least a 4-foot breaker bar. And you got 10 lugs on each wheel. Now, guys, those wheels are torqued down on with the big guns at the tire shops, and they're at least 900 to 1,000 foot-pounds of torque when they put those on. I wasn't even thinking of it, and I thought, well, okay, this does present a problem. And I thought, even with a 4-foot breaker bar, that is going to be a lot of work to get those wheels off. Now, guys, I'm not worried about the brakes. I'm not worried about inspecting them, get them all done correctly. I have no problem with that. But getting those wheels off was a concern. So I picked up a new toy this week. And yesterday, I actually used it. So let's see here if I can share the screen again. There we go, right there. Share that one. Yeah, that I picked up a Impact from DeWalt. That's a 961B, and if that wasn't enough, they have upgraded it to a 964, which does even more torque. But I picked this up because I was looking online at different videos, and this one came up over and over again, and including review tests, and they were able to break those nuts off and get those wheels off with this. So just to make sure before I get too far into it, and I think I got it for $288, $291. It's gone up a couple bucks in the last week or so, but there's kind of your specs on it. It's a beast, guys. It's a beast. That is a 1/2 inch, not a 3/4. That's a 1/2 inch. That thing is a beast. I used it to put on my mounting plate for my base plates for my towing. And oh, that was so much easier to put the thing on with those. If you ever thought about, having to do heavy duty work on your rig, I can definitely recommend this machine. This absolutely makes it happen. So better than the last time. My last foray into a DeWalt tool was the chainsaw, and it was actually absolutely miserable. Hated it. So yesterday I took that tool and went after my front wheel because they used a number of different hubs on the coaches, and you actually need the number on the hubs to order the brake shoes for, to know which brake shoes you need. And it's stamped into your drum, I should say. I was saying hubs, but it's actually on your drum. And I went ahead and busted that thing off and got it off in no time. It was actually not a problem at all for that machine. And I can't even imagine what the 964, I believe, is the up next one up. And if this one is a beast, that one, it's, yeah, I can't even imagine. So new toys are fun. Yeah. There you go. Don, I run my Starlink through a PepWave router, and when not using Starlink, the PepWave defaults to the data card. Trying to get rid of the data card. That's interesting. Yeah, I'd like to hear more about that, Lenny. I actually would. So I have heard about those routers, and you want to get rid of your data card. I was thinking about getting one to put my data card in it and totally do away with my hotspot, you might say. So, which I imagine it will do that. I don't know. So, well, I think that is it for tonight, guys. I'm going to probably wrap up early. I haven't even done anything for anything or planned anything for dinner, so I don't even know what I'm doing for dinner yet. But it might be going to get a pizza. I don't know. But doing good. Looking forward to getting over to Fort Myers, which is only a few miles that way. And you can kind of see the sun going down over there. Well, you can't, darn it. I wish that camera was better. But now the last time I was here was 4 years ago, and it was beautiful. Loved it. Loved going around and seeing the marina and the parks. And then after we left, Hurricane Ian came through and did a number on Fort Myers. Direct hit, you might say. They are still rebuilding, so I'm kind of curious what it's kind of looking like over there. Oh, I see. Yeah, the router is great. The card I'm using is a little pricey for what I use. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Looking at possibly doing something like that too. So hopefully when I do finally get done working on everything. Oh, and to add insult to injury, I ran to grab a couple things at Walmart. Guys, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. I ran to get a couple things last night at Walmart. And, well, when I went to start my truck, the battery was dead. And I've known that battery was going, but I got over to Walmart, and literally I was thinking as I was driving over, you know what, I'm just going to bring it over to the auto center and have them put a new battery in it, and that'll be great, right? Yeah, I got over there. Guess what they don't have? They have batteries. They don't have an auto center. I just changed it in the parking lot, brought my core back in. It's like, I'm tired of maintenance. We'll be in that. Lenny, let me know where you're going to be at. Absolutely. Let me know where you're going to be at. The other thing I would love to meet up with you guys if you're going to be over here. Oh, there's Bead Trapper. Let's see. Bead Trapper's got coming. More adventures way. Good evening, all. Glad to see you guys here. Yeah, I am kind of curious now. I may film it. I don't know. Some of the parks at 4,000 Trails for the Trails Collection, the Encores, some of them charge $20 a night. Some of them do not. And I was under the impression that the ones that charge $20 a night, they must be nicer. They're really not. And I am learning it is whatever the deal that they've worked out with Thousand Trails, or how they've set it up. No rhyme or reason. I would love to get answers on that, because a mile and a half up the road is Gulf Air Encore. That one's free to stay at. and this one is $20 a night to stay at. And I'm kind of curious what it is that they're. It's not a bad park, but it's awfully tight. It's awfully. It's just okay. And you know, and I now have, how many years I've had my 1,000 trails since 2015. I've had trails collection since 2020, and I'm just now starting to put 2 and 2 together. So stop by, we'll let you work on Missy's road track. Yeah, lots to do. Hey, you know what? Oh, kickbacks are everywhere. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to give B Trapper the last word of the night and say goodnight to everybody. I'm looking forward to getting over to Gulf Air, seeing it. I'll film both of the parks and put that information out for whatever it's worth. I can tell you that I was not able to get into Gulf Air, but for $20 a night, I was able to get in here at Fort Myer Beach. I'll take it. I'll take it. So you guys have a good night. Have you heard about the new No More Adventure? That is another one. Yeah, they no more lifetime memberships for 1,000 Trails. I'm glad you brought that up, Lenny. I've been here upgrade to a lifetime 1,000 Trails membership. That, from what I understand, if they haven't dropped it already, they are going to be dropping it very soon, and the lifetime packages will not be available anymore. And it's going to change the 1,000 Trails game for sure. I think that all of the original lifetime memberships will still be, you'll be able to buy those used, and that I can't see that as disappearing, but that might be the only way you're going to get one. So interesting move from 1,000 Trails, and I would love to hear more about it, but I don't have any more information than that. We've had our lifetime since 2018 or 2008. That's a long time. That's a long time. Yeah, you know, and that is the nice thing about those lifetime memberships. They can be sold. Some of them do drop some of the perks for resale that maybe you've enjoyed. Some of them, I don't know how the adventure pans out or any of the individual ones. So yeah, Don's had you. Yeah, you've had yours for a while. I am still doing the pass thing, guys. I've been doing the pass since 2015. It's just made the most sense to me, and if I want to drop it, I can drop it. I haven't had to pay a lot of money for it. Only what the regular annual is. So, anyway, we're gonna see you guys next week, and we'll see what kind of trouble I can get into this week. I'm tired of doing maintenance. I'm ready to be. I don't even want to do work on the pickup. I don't want to do work on the car. Yeah. No changes on the next time it's sold. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. All right. I gave Bead Trapper the last word of the night. See if I can go back to that. If I can find it. There we go. There it is right there. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. We will see you guys next week. Live life full time. Yeah, Gary, I know it's only 54 minutes. You didn't get your money's worth. By the way, Gary, thanks for the hat. Gary gave me that hat. I like it. All right, guys. See you next week. Take care. Bye-bye. Getting dark around here.